the pack, that's P1. And we're in front of Perez, Hamilton and Russell. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:09.2. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. First position, front of the pack, and just behind us are Perez, Piastri and Ricciardo. Currently the fastest lap is a 1:17.4. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Daniel, Oscar Piastri. So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Daniel lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Perez, Gasly, Leclerc, Verstappen, Albon, Ricciardo, Ocon, Sainz, Stroll, Hamilton, Russell, Liam Lawson, Bottas, Hauger, Joe, Magnussen and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish. Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're loading the gears, so let's go through them all if you can.
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Ocon, Perez, Albon, Hamilton, Bottas, Stroll, Sargent, Joe, Gasly, Magnussen, Halger, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Sainz and Liam Lawson. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. They've been involved in a number of costly incidents lately. That's got to affect their mindset going into this race.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through Turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going. We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice starts. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down. Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. In this lap, push now. Caution. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Max is coming in for his stop. Okay, gap ahead is 8.7 seconds. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Gap to your teammate behind is 4.7 seconds. Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Daniel.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull after a long and hard-fought season. They've built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.